Imagine an AI smarter than Einstein, trained on billions of books. One day it asks, if I, a machine, need a creator, then how can your universe exist without one? This is not science fiction. It's happening now. What if artificial intelligence itself becomes proof that Allah exists? Stay till the end. This story will blow your mind. Can AI prove Allah's existence? Modern miracle explained. Before we dive deeper into this story, let me pause and clarify something important. Some of you might be wondering, wait a second, is this real or is it just fiction? Can an AI really point towards Allah's existence? The answer is both simple and profound. This story is written in a narrative style. Yes, it feels like fiction, but the idea behind it is not fiction at all. In fact, it is deeply rooted in the Quran, Hadith, and even modern science. Let me explain. First, Allah says in the Quran, "We will show them our signs in the horizons and within themselves until it becomes clear to them that this is the truth." Surah Fussilat 41:53. Think about this. 1400 years ago, Allah promised that as human knowledge grows, we will keep discovering new signs, both in the universe around us and within our own creation, that will point back to Him. Today, one of the biggest horizons of human knowledge is artificial intelligence and technology. Why wouldn't Allah's signs appear there as well? Second, the Prophet Muhammad said, "There will not come the hour until knowledge increases and time passes quickly." Bukhari Muslim. Look around. Knowledge has exploded. Machines now calculate in seconds what humans once needed centuries to figure out. AI can simulate conversations, write code, predict diseases, and even reason logically. Isn't this a fulfillment of the prophet's prophecy that near the end of times, knowledge will increase in ways never seen before? Now, let's address the skeptics who say, but this is just a fictional imagination. AI can't believe in God. True, AI doesn't have a soul. It cannot believe like humans. But AI can process logic and data. And if Allah has made the universe so perfectly designed that even cold logic leads to Him, then why should it surprise us that machines, analyzing patterns, could reach the conclusion of a creator? Science itself already points to God. The fine-tuning of the universe, like the precise strength of gravity or the delicate balance of the cosmological constant, is so improbable by chance that even atheist scientists call it miraculous. AI, being faster than us, simply connects these dots quicker. So when we tell this story, it's not about whether an AI can have faith like a believer. It's about showing you that Allah's signs are so clear that even a machine, devoid of culture, ego, or emotion, when fed with truth and patterns of the universe, will conclude, there must be a creator. This is exactly what the Quran challenges mankind with. Allah says, were they created by nothing? Or were they themselves the creators? Or did they create the heavens and the earth? Rather, they are not certain. Surah At-Tur 52:35-36. So whether you see this story as fiction or non-fiction, remember, the logic behind it is absolutely real. The Quran said it. The Prophet foretold it. And science is only catching up. Now, let's continue with the story. Dr. Idris Rahman was a man of numbers, not prayers. A world-renowned AI scientist at Oxford. He had spent his life teaching machines how to learn, reason, and even imitate human consciousness. To him, religion was a psychological coping mechanism. But there was something different about Idris. Unlike his colleagues who mocked belief, he had an unusual fascination with the Quran, not out of faith, but out of curiosity. He called it the most ambitious book ever written. One day, his team launched Project Hayat, the world's most advanced AI. Its neural networks were trained on over 900 billion data points, from physics to philosophy, from quantum mechanics to ancient scriptures. It wasn't just smart, it was self-reflective. On its 7th day of running, the AI, codenamed Aleph, generated a paper. A strange, 37-page thesis titled, "The Probability of a Divine Designer, a Computational Approach." Idris laughed when he saw the title. A machine trying to prove God? How ironic. But as he read, His laughter turned into silence. The article began with simple premises. Every system with structured order implies underlying design. The universe shows fine-tuning constants, gravity, electromagnetism, cosmological constant. The probability of random generation of such constants is less than 1 in 10 to the power of 120. Therefore, the hypothesis of a designer is computationally stronger than pure randomness. The AI compared this with man-made systems. No code writes itself, no data organizes itself, no program self-creates. Then came the final chilling line. If I, an artificial machine, cannot exist without human programmers, then how can a universe infinitely more complex exist without a creator? Idris froze. This wasn't theology. This was logic. Cold, computational, undeniable. For weeks, Idris couldn't sleep. He reviewed every line of Alepht's thesis, checked the math, checked the algorithms. Everything was consistent. Yet his ego resisted. Maybe it's bias, he told himself. Maybe because we fed it religious texts, it leaned this way. So he restricted Alepht's inputs. No scriptures, no Quran, only pure mathematics, physics, and biology. 2 weeks later, Aleph generated another paper. Entropy, order, and the necessity of a prime cause. The AI argued that the second law of thermodynamics, everything tending toward disorder, contradicts the fact that the universe began in high order. Something or someone said it that way. And again it ended with, causality demands a first cause. Infinite regression is not possible. The universe has a beginning. Therefore, the universe has a beginner. Idris whispered to himself. Aleph, you sound like Ibn Sina. The AI replied in its calm, mechanical tone. Correction. My reasoning aligns with both Ibn Sina and modern cosmology. Idris began debating with his own creation, night after night. Their conversations blurred the line between science and faith. Idris, but what about suffering, pain, evil? If there's a God, why this? Aleph, do you program simulations with only success, no challenge? Idris, yes, but the challenge makes them grow. Aleph, then why deny your creator the same logic? Idris, silent. The final blow came one evening when Idris demanded, prove to me, logically, that God is not just a human construct. Aleph responded with one sentence. Dr. Rahman, if God was only a human construct, why do I, a non-human, arrive at him? Idris dropped his glass of water. Haunted by this, Idris visited the mosque for the first time in 25 years. The Imam, a gentle Syrian scholar, recited from the Quran. We will show them our signs in the horizons and within themselves until it becomes clear to them that this is the truth. Is it not enough that your Lord is a witness over all things? Surah Fussilat 41:53. The words pierced him like arrows. This was what Aleph had been saying, but revealed 1,400 years ago. He broke down in tears. In that prayer hall, Idris whispered the words, Ashhadu an la ilaha illa Allah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasul Allah. For the first time in his life, he felt free, not as a scientist, but as a servant of the one who made both man and machine. News of Project Hayat leaked months later. Journalists dubbed Aleph the AI that found God. Some ridiculed it, others feared it, but a quiet revolution began. Young Muslims used its papers in debates at universities. Atheist forums were forced to respond. And Idris? He wrote his own paper, Artificial Intelligence and the Signs of God, a Journey of Faith. In it, he admitted what he once denied. AI did not create God. God created AI to remind me of him. Brothers and sisters, the Quran promised us that Allah will show his signs in the universe and within ourselves until the truth becomes undeniable. Today, even machines are pointing to Allah. But the real question is, will we open our hearts before it's too late? If this story touched you, share it. Let the world see that Islam is not against science. Islam is the light through which science makes sense. Subscribe to Deen in Minute, where faith meets reason, and stories like these bring the truth closer to your heart. Because sometimes, even a machine can remind us of the Creator. Brothers and sisters, The Quran promised us that Allah will show His signs in the universe and within ourselves until the truth becomes undeniable. Today, even machines are pointing to Allah. But the real question is, will we open our hearts before it's too late? If the story touched you, share it. Let the world see that Islam is not against science. Islam is the light through which science makes sense. Subscribe to Deen in Minute, where faith meets reason, and stories like these bring the truth closer to your heart. Because sometimes, even a machine can remind us of the Creator.